start with putting retouch on? Why do I have to press the button? Obviously, I want retouch on. That's one of those, what, 8 hot dogs to 10 buns in a bag kind of thing. As well as many other things in my life. Just to let you know, everybody talks about conspiracy theories and all this other kind of junk. Well, a lot of them are just distractions. Some of them are the truth. Depends on who you know, what you've done, your place in this world. So it doesn't really freaking matter. Who cares? Just live life and enjoy it. If the world ends tomorrow, do you want your last day to be worrying about it? I don't know how many times I've freaking almost died, and not the way to go. My dog had a heart attack and a stroke because my other dog went and sat next to him, and at this point he was an asshole. Well, he was always an asshole. He was a manipulative, narcissistic asshole. Anyway, I digress. My other dog just wanted to sit next to him and sat down and plopped down too hard, bothered him, so he got up because they were touching, got up, and as he's getting off of the couch, he has a heart attack, and then in swoops my boyfriend to grab him before he lands on the floor, and he died in his arms. It was a very difficult time. I was too big of a bitch from them hurting my other dog that I was not allowed to go to the hospital. I had a hormone issue, something that I now understand, and about the brain and a big part of mental health. However, I just wanted to say, who cares? Because I made a promise to a client 10 years ago that if anything happened to him, I would share his story. And I'm a woman of my word, and so I'm going to. He was born into And I'll probably die for this, but I'm a woman of my word. And it's about the children. And it's about a better way. And it's about accountability. Because sometimes people just don't know any better. Whether you're an adult, but especially a child. If you want to cure child cancer, then don't give them chemo. That's what kills them. But I can tell you that my client was born into a secret society. And everything that he told me was true, has come true. I've seen the world unfold for 10 years. And I kind of understand why. Because look at what you fucking did. You voted in Donald Trump. What did you expect? I try to teach the world about narcissism and narcissistic abuse recovery, and everybody took it wrong and just blamed the men. The women are far cry worse. Why won't he get rid of Melania? He's probably a spy. I mean, look at her eyes. It's like, I spy. That's why she has to squint so much. So she can see as far away as possible. It's all of these, they participate in things, though, that are not good for children. Because adrenalized blood from babies carries a lot of, I guess you could say, stem cells or things that can help people, that is available in other countries, but because Big Pharma owns this country, and Big Pharma on one side and the I don't know, I guess there's secret pedophiles all over. And then there's also trafficking all over, using blackmail to get people to do things, or extortion that doesn't even exist, but they'll create. So then you have no choice. Kind of like taking a plea bargain in court. or like an Alford plea where you're like, or a no contest plea where you're like, you have the evidence, so I might as well just plead guilty because I probably am not going to. I'm probably not going to pass. There's a big lawsuit about, anyway, I keep blocking it out because it's traumatic, but, that's why they should have abortions. That would be adrenalized blood that you can use and do research on for positive things. But people have shut it down because of religion, and they say a heartbeat starts at this. I mean, but yet it doesn't apply to men. And then that's why females get upset because they have to hold one. That's why I didn't want to have a baby. I'm not going to carry one for 9 months. I was like, I'm not gonna stop drinking for 9 months. I had my daddy and me. He liked to have a drink or two and a drink or two. Not saying he had 4, but I'm just saying. Well, maybe sometimes. But no. And they have the wild parties. And that's fine. People can do their thing, but don't involve children. Or review evolution has come a long way. I remember centipedes used to be this big. Now all of a sudden they're this big. So then review the age of when you have a child or whatever. I don't know. Change the way you school children so they can get out of school faster. Be proactive. Figure out, okay, do they learn through hearing, speaking, blah, 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 examples, doing it themselves, and then put those kids together so that the teacher doesn't have to explain it 4 different ways. I remember being in math class, I was like, I don't remember this. The teacher would do one example, boom, it'd come back in my brain, and then I would have to sit there and watch her explain it and have 15 other people freaking ask questions and not understand it. I would just be like, I want to, and that's why a lot of people drop out of school. Sorry. Because but what my client went through growing up was not proper by the military. And I was reading the laws, and it talks about if you're a predatory offender, blah, 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 they take away computer use. And you have to file all this stuff. And it's like, okay, we're becoming North Korea. That's terrible. What is it going to be called? Trump TV? It's time to review civil rights and put them back properly and give children rights so that parents don't try to live their dream through their children and force them to do things they don't want to do, especially related to hormones or dressing a certain way or whatever. Like, they want, that has to, that's where the liberals got me to be like, whoa, I don't know, I gotta stop here. You guys are going too far. And the Republicans, you have no backbone. You follow somebody who is probably just blackmailing you all or putting things in your pocket. Mitch McConnell has absolutely no backbone whatsoever. I can tell you one thing, that all y'all, we did not steal the natives' land. We stole their medicine, tobacco, you know, and now cannabis, which they're trying to take back, because I was on 35 medications until I got on the cannabis program. Oh gee, now they want to take it back. And now I have I had a rare cancer that can come back into your lungs. And guess who can get it? Children. There's hundreds of different kinds, but nobody puts research there. They all put them towards titties. It's wrong. And I was talking to I was talking to my oncologist woman, and I asked her, I said, what cancers are in these days? I just always ask why and stupid questions. It bothers people, but that's how I've learned to figure out a happy, quality world. And that is a good balance, fun, power, belonging, and safety and survival and all of that. Anyway, love, all that stuff. And it's kind of like a vision board. I forgot what I was talking about. I guess. My narcissist abuse recovery, whatever. Knowledge. I never knew where I got it from. But little did I realize about the people around me. Because of a brain injury, made you lose the bigger picture when it was on the side. But they doped you up with so many medications that when really you just have to make proper connections in your brain by doing different eye exercises and different coordinating exercises with your hands and feet, making eights or infinity symbols. I try to get information. I read the laws on birth certificates, and it says that mine's not altered. Yet, it says the reason why it was altered was due to blah 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 law. So I go look it up, and it says it was repealed in 1977. Well, it says I was born in 81. How can it be based off of a law that's been repealed? So I called the vital statistics place, and they can't provide me any information. I don't know. this it's the Cold War all over again. Men need rights. Disabled people need rights. Children need rights. Or they just have to be respected. But I gotta go find a place to live. Yeah, I know. People can make up they ruined my relationship by making up videos with AI and putting my face in them and sending them to my boyfriend so that he would get rid of me. Nice, huh? Yeah, my boyfriend believes them. That's what happens when you expose America's secrets. I say, you know, there's a lot of people that have, I saw clients that were big, high type, like high ranking or just big criminals, whatever. They weren't bad people. They had skills. They were just using them in the wrong way. If you, that's one thing that Russia does do at least good, or in all the other countries, is it finds people who are good at something and it allows them to do their job. Like I was trying to teach people about narcissism properly and 10 years ago, and they wouldn't allow me to. Because then never Donald Trump wouldn't become president. And then we wouldn't have this big, beautiful dictatorship. I challenged him to a debate, and he has not responded. A narcissist will always ruin it for themselves. So as everybody around him has fallen, he acts like a king. Well, if you're going to be a king, you should at least pass some sort of psychological test or some sort of debate with an incompetent disabled person. You can't even debate me, an incompetent disabled person. But you're going to run the country. Oh, okay. 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 That's smart. Everybody, save the children. Vote for a woman at least. Jeez. I don't mean that to be bashing men, but there's no but. I apologize. Because men have to have rights too. Yet, men have to understand, because there's a lot of good men out there. But there's some men that need to learn that women have a voice as well, and that they need to listen to it once in a while. Because they view it as nagging and bitching when they're just trying to be heard. And women need to understand you don't need to repeat it. You don't need to beat a dead horse. You don't have to say it a million times and make the man feel completely worthless and say the cruel things and have these high expectations as if some Prince Charming in a big pumpkin is going to come and give you a glass slipper. I'm sorry, but Disney lied to you. You can have what you want, but put it on a vision board. You can have an orange carriage, but at this time, pumpkins are not structured to hold and carry people.